So tell me, you play the games?
I'm a huge fan of the games. I hadn't discovered the games until I started making Spider-Man Homecoming. And one of the luxuries of making these Spider-Man movies is they're made by Sony. One of the luxuries of working for Sony is PlayStation. So all the actors' trailers were outfitted with the best TVs and the newest PlayStation. And one of the games they'd given me was Uncharted. And making these big movies, naturally, you can be in your trailer waiting for 4 hours while the DOP is messing with lights and cameras and all that sort of stuff.
The bane of my existence.
Right, I can imagine. So my best friend and I, while we were making Spider-Man 1, started playing the Uncharted series. And as soon as we started, we didn't stop. I remember them trying to drag me out my trailer to come back to set. I was like, no, we're about to complete this mission, leave me alone. And then as I played the games and fell in love with the games, we had a conversation about the idea of making this into a movie and bringing it to life on the big screen. And here we are today. We're both very proud of the movie.
Yep, and you are now Nathan Drake.
Yes.
A little bit younger than the Nathan in most of the games. You haven't aged too badly.
Right.
But that's because you guys and the filmmakers, I gather, had the idea to show us a newer territory, a little fresher territory. Nate in his young 20s and sort of how he became Nathan Drake, how he acquired the skills. If you take a little bit maybe from Indy, how he got where he got the whip and the scar.
Yeah,
so
right.
Tell us a little bit about building the arc of Nathan.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, as an actor, it's your job to develop the arc of your character and bring them to life. But when you're dealing with an IP that's as loved around the world as Uncharted, you need to build these relationships and these partnerships. Firstly with Neil Druckmann, then Naughty Dog, PlayStation, Sony Pictures, and Ruben, our director, was a great kind of facilitator of that partnership. And for us as creatives, we had to talk about what our goal was. And our goal was to bring this character to life in a new way, a refreshing way, while maintaining what we loved about the character from the games. We didn't want to lose the essence of the games. So for us as a team of creatives, we put our heads together, came up with this interesting take on Nathan Drake. And I'm delighted to say that I think we achieved our goal, that we created a film that has a lot of heart, that pays respects to the games, but also gives fans and people that love the games something new and something refreshing.
So staying true to the essence of the game.
Absolutely,
as you say, extremely important to you. And obviously, the essence of the game as serious gamers and even casual gamers, anyone who's brushed up against Uncharted would know, that obviously speaks to the relationship between Nate and Sully.
Sure.
And their very particular dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. In these big action movies, I often find that the heart and soul of the movie can be lost in the action. But what's so nice about our movie is you have this very tangible relationship between Nate and Sully, which is really the heart and soul of the movie. There we are, looking handsome. So for me, it was very important to build this relationship. It's about a young orphan looking for his family and in turn finding a family in the most sort of unorthodox way. But the heart and soul is still very much present.
Yeah. So we get the relationships, but it's an Uncharted movie after all,
right.
So we better have some mind-blowing action in it.
Which is why your insurance policy is so high.
Yes, that's why. That's right. The rates keep going up.
I'm sure, yeah.
But we obviously bend a lot of state-of-the-art Sony technology, virtual production, CGI, Sony Pictures ImageWorks, etc. But on a movie like Uncharted, where the star does not wear a mask, right. as in certain other films, there's a lot of big analog action in it as well. And you're standing here, so you must have survived, but how was it?
It was tough. It was tough. I mean, I remember when I was reading the script after making 2 Spider-Man movies at this point, I thought this film would be a walk in the park. But the luxury of wearing the Spider-Man suit is so incredible. When I'm playing Spider-Man, I just have to do this bit, and then the rest of it is done on a computer. But here, you know, we're doing everything. We really made this film kind of in the way of the, like back in the day when you were a young producer, way back when.
Way back with D.W. Griffith, you mean? Right. Yeah, no, it's not that
You know,
bad.
we built practical sets. The ships in this movie are real. We put it on a gimbal that was it was bigger than this building and it could tilt on its side. So, you know, we were doing real practical stunts, real dangerous stunts. You know, I'm still nursing some injuries from that job, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. And, you know, I think when you watch this film, you'll really feel the authenticity of the action and the fighting and the stunts, and nothing will seem fake.